Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of InTap Presents Group Discussion. So, we are back with a group discussion where students across India will share their, valuable views on how gender neutral school uniforms should be, banned or should be allowed, and what basically their views. On the one hand, gender neutral uniforms abstain students from getting confined to any particular gender code of clothing, whereas it also addresses gender stereotypes about women concerns about dressing in society for feminine way where pants are reserved for the men. So let's hear what our students have to say about the same. Who would like to speak first, guys?
I would like to start this discussion.
Please go on,
Uh,
Abhijit.
okay. Good evening. My name is Abhijit Mehto, and I would like to express my opinions on gender neutral uniforms. Um, I'm from class 12th, and I represent the Millennium School Indore. Okay, so let's start with the core definition of a uniform. What is an uniform? An uniform is a set of clothes worn by all members of an organization as such to display uniformity amongst the members. I want you all to focus on all, on the word all. Now, taking this definition into consideration, I believe school uniforms must be gender neutral as long as they don't hinder with the organizational goal. In this case, which is educational prowess, nurturing the minds of students and creating them into better individuals. Gender neutral uniforms address gender stereotypes, provide comfort, and aid in creating an environment where everyone is equal regardless of their social and economic background. Let's take an example. If a girl student finds it difficult to play sports while she wears a skirt, it would totally defeat the purpose of having such an attire that hinders with the child's progress and makes playing sports a basic task such as playing sport difficult for the student. I would like to look at this issue not through a lens of emotion, but through a lens of factual basis, but through a lens of factual information. According to me, any attire that hinders with the daily working or makes it difficult for a student or a child to carry on with their educational prowess must be changed and uniformity must be brought upon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abhijit. So I hope the viewers are aware that the winners will be judged on the basis of the votes receiving in the live chat. So make sure you're voting for your favorite participant here. So guys, who'd like to go next?
Good morning, everyone. Good evening, in fact. I'm Manal Sheikh, and I want to discuss my views on the topic. Now, I completely agree with what Abhijit said because the Oxford Dictionary defines uniform as remaining the same in all cases and at all times, which in our case, with traditional uniforms, is contradictory. Clothes are the last thing we need to genderize. Instead of eradicating social differences in the classroom, traditional uniforms clearly reinstate binary differences since a young age. School uniforms instill discipline, confidence, and a sense of belonging towards the school. This can still be achieved without having a separate uniform for girls and boys. So, why enforce gender norms? It is not an exaggeration to state that gender inequality is the cause of most crimes. The uniform revolution implemented in the school has had a major impact on gender equality for students. It's 2022, and the main objective of schools is to help students come into terms with themselves, encourage them to express themselves without fear. We don't need labels. On one hand, gender neutral uniforms can allow students to not feel confined to any particular gender identity. Not only will they feel comfortable and true to themselves, but they're also likely to experience increased self esteem. On the other hand, like you said, it also addresses gender stereotypes about women needing to dress feminine. or pants only being reserved for men. I consider gender neutral uniforms as a move away from the cis heteronormative environment. It helps students of various genders, conforming and non conforming, or gender questioning, to safely express and discover themselves at school. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manal. So, do we have anybody else who'd like to, add to her or, speak something?
I would like to proceed.
Please go on, Beta.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jay Agrawal. So let's start with the topic of why gender neutrality is important. In the 21st century, it has been thoroughly proven that a person's gender does not affect their capabilities. Yet, society's gender discrimination still stands strong in some parts of India, obviously. That is why gender neutrality is the need of an hour. We need it today. Now, the purpose of the uniform is to encourage cooperation amongst people from different social statuses without being affected by the subconscious bias and give everyone a collective sense of identity. It also boosts the self esteem and build in an inherent discipline. Now, with the current scenario, a uniform which is common for everyone is good. This is also proven by an NCRT report. The NCRT conducted a survey in which they collected opinions of those who were not ready to confirm their gender and those who were transgender. And the outcome of the survey was that there should be a common uniform for everyone. The reason behind this is that transgender and those who do not disclose their gender are often faced with bullying, and they also do not have any attire which is set by the government or the school. In those cases, there must be common uniform which are gender neutral. It should be for everyone. These are pretty simple, like a trouser and a t-shirt. Works for everyone. It will improve the participation of everyone in sports. Girls or anyone else usually feels uncomfortable while playing sports in their school uniform because of several reasons. Now, this won't happen. People will participate more in sports, and you never know when who can be the next gold medalist. And not only that, it will also bring uniformity in students. There will be no discrimination, and everyone will be accepting of each other. It is also an economical decision. In production, having uniform sizes will increase the efficiency and will also make uniforms cheaper. And I would like to conclude by saying that gender neutrality is the need of an hour because everyone is the same at the end. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jay. So we all know that recently a lower primary school in Kerala has introduced a gender neutral uniform for its student, and it has been supported by 90% of the students, and the parents itself. So why is it, the schools are beginning to move away from this convictional uniforms? And is there anybody, who'd like to add to Jay's point or, maybe speak something?
Am I audible?
Yes, beta.
All right. So, good evening, everyone. And I do not agree with the topic actually. Now, the gender equality means that both of the genders should have the same social, economical status, and this should not get and they should actually get the equal amount of opportunities, respect, and equal pay. But school uniform should not be under the gender biased system. Now, dress is something that presents the personality of a person. It signifies the aura of an individual. Now, the Almighty God has physically and psychologically and emotionally made both the genders different. But which is why a girl's personality would be more elegantly perceived by people in feminine uniforms. But what I'm saying is not about feminism, since feminism means that women deserves to get equal opportunities like men do. But coming to the next point, if we all agree to have a gender neutral system, gender neutral uniform, then what type of dress code should be? For instance, in Kerala, like ma'am mentioned, that some schools are already following this and their dress code is wearing pants. My question is, why not skirts? since I feel more comfortable in it, and there should be a freedom of choice also. We force everyone to wear pants, and that is already a sort of gender inequality or gender bias. At last, but not the least, our country, India, where there's a huge population, there's so much disparity, but in terms of socio-economic and religious factors, the idea of gender neutral dress code may not be accepted easily. So those were my points. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kanak. That was really beautiful. So, do we have anybody else who'd like to add to Kanak?
Yes, I completely agree with her stance. The motive that needs to be
Ananya, you can just start speaking, when Manal is done. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I was saying the motive that needs to be addressed here is to cultivate an environment where everyone can feel safe to wear what they want to wear. The gender neutrality uniform is a positive step towards equality, but it should not be mandated. It's not something that has to be forced. This is not a matter of legal action by the government. When such an issue comes up, it should be viewed objectively. As with everything else, this one also requires awareness. When it becomes a cultural wave, it will make an impact. Its diversity is another aspect. The type of clothing in one area may not be found in another. Terrain and climate would be considered when selecting a uniform. Inclusion is about being given a choice, not to take away choice and to restrict even further. Every student should feel they have freedom of choice. Allowing all elements of the uniform to be worn by any student, regardless of their gender, is the way forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manal. Ananya, Vita, you can go on.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I am Anna Sadeva. I'm going to speak about the topic gender neutral uniform.
I'm
why
sorry
they
to
should be
interrupt you,
restricted.
beta. Can you please switch on your camera?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I have switched it on right now. I even have it on right now.
You're not visible, Ananya.
Oh, but from my side, it's on. I can see myself as well.
Can you switch off and then switch it on again? Maybe that would work.
Maybe you can rejoin the meeting, so that might work.
If that's fine, I can do it. Thank you. Just a second. I'll try and join it from the header for that.
Yeah, sure. Meanwhile, guys, she's joining. How many of you, like your school uniform at all? Let's forget about the gender neutral, uniforms. Do you even like, going to school in a uniform? Do you ever feel like that you should be, allowed to
I
go school
actually
in?
like
Yeah.
my uniform because it is the sense of equality. It does not represent that what kind of caste or what kind of race you are from or how rich or how poor you are. It just signifies equality, and I really like my uniform. That I'm wearing.
I also like my uniform. One of the best points of it is the blazer. Like when I put the blazer on, I actually feel proud. It's a different and unique feeling. But I like my uniform.
In fact, even I love my uniform. It makes me feel really smart, and I know that I'm gonna go do some great things.
What about you, Ananya? Do you like, going to school in a uniform? We were just discussing that.
Well, yes, I do like my uniform. The others, I think it's a really great uniform. It gives me a feeling of confidence itself.
But
Oh,
I
you like
personally never, liked my uniform. I think we should go to school in a casual. But yeah, school, as Kanak mentioned, it gives a sense of equality.
And wearing uniforms, it also helps us develop discipline from a really young age, which we discover when we grow up. That discipline is one of the most important characteristics that you could have in a corporate environment. Rather, you could be anywhere, but discipline would carry you.
And here we are equal. Here we have the
Exactly.
same thoughts about it.
All right, Ananya, you are visible now, beta. You may speak now, please.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm Nathaniel. I'm going to speak about the topic gender neutral uniforms and why they should be introduced in more schools. At an age when young individuals form ideas that clearly sets the stage about what girls and boys can and cannot do, school uniforms are meant to equalize students, so there should not be any enforcement of gendered dress codes on students. This is because uniforms tends to resolve social differences among the students. And even the different attires for boys and girls often become a way for schools to enforce their dress code policies on girls by monitoring the length of their skirts and propagating the idea that if they don't dress appropriately, they're inviting stares and comments from others. This is why gender neutral uniforms can be a result of growing resistance to gender stereotypes from both parents as well as the students. Introducing gender neutral uniforms in schools can resolve the differences among the students and to create a sense of equality with each other. And I think that's cool. My opinion is that schools should focus on providing the students with a comfortable and a safe environment where they can move around freely without restrictions. That's it.
Thank you so much, Ananya. So, do we have anybody who'd like to add to her, guys?
Yes, I think the bottom line is that gender neutral uniforms should be enforced but not mandated because inclusivity is a matter of choice.
But the question is, what kind of, they should wear? If you're talking about pants, then that would be another type of gender inequality. That would be.
I would like to add to Kanak's point that I think in my speech I made it clear that we must choose the type of attires that fit our whole goal towards going to school. That is, it can be playing sports. It could be carrying out our educational prowesses and anything that fits our goal. I think should be mandated and not enforced. Right.
Also, who will be the right authority to decide how the uniforms are to be made? Like, what will be the criteria while making a gender neutral uniform? Will the school be the one, or will government be the one, or who will be the one? Because creating a rule for gender neutrality is something different, and implementing it on the ground is something different. How can it actually increase the participation of everyone? How can it actually improve the equity among people? That's the thing we must focus upon.
I
As
actually.
I said,
Yes, Manal, you can go on.
yes, as I said, I don't think gender neutral uniforms are a matter of should be legally enforced. I don't think it depend. I don't think government should mandate this for schools. I think the school authorities, the PTA authorities, are the ones taking this decision based on students' choices. If students are comfortable with it, then only they should be enforced.
I actually agree with Abhijit's point that it should be the student's choice actually, because there are sports and swimming, so we could wear shorts. Both the genders can wear that. So it should be all upon both, like the students actually.
Thank you so much, guys. So coming back to the point, what according to you, is a, gender neutral uniform? She just mentioned short, so I guess all of you would have some viewpoints about the same.
I
I
think
believe,
I don't
yeah,
think
Vijit, you can go.
there's no need actually for a gender neutral uniform, because I am totally against that, because it actually uh, tells about the personality of a person, of an individual more. That's what I have to say.
I would request Kanak to brief her point a bit more, because for now it's really unclear what she really wants to instate.
Like a girl's personality, would be perceived by people uh, more nicely if she dresses in a feminine way, but if she dresses in pants and all that,
If I'm not wrong, are you trying to say that like there are two girls in front of me and one wears pants and one wears skirts? The one wearing skirt is more feminine than the one wearing pants.
no, I didn't said that. It just states their individuality, and somewhere girls want to be girls, somewhere boys want to be boys.
I think Kanak, you're really trying to put the whole girl side of education under your one thought or your one particular idea of feminism or whatever you want to call it. But I really don't agree with what you're trying to say.
Okay, so
I believe that gender neutral uniforms should in fact be neutral.
So the thing is, do you want to wear skirts then?
That's see
Will
again
you wear skirts?
that's the thing I wouldn't talk about. Then if we would go on a whole
Then the
different tangent
question of
about
gender equality,
patriarchy.
comes ahead. Will
we
you wear
would
skirts
we
then?
would we would again take this whole topic to a whole different tangent. We would go into deep
Actually,
rooted
this is the whole
patriarchy.
topic, Abhijit.
Uh,
I think you're misinterpreting. This is the whole topic actually.
then we would start talking about
okay, so instead of focusing on what girls wear or what boys wear, let's focus on what both of us wear. Fashion industry has constantly grown and given us new
Exactly.
taste and preferences.
exactly
We all wear trousers, we all wear shorts. Everyone wear t-shirts. Everyone.
exactly
It's not just about girls and boys. When we talk about gender neutrality, we talk about all the genders, including those which people are not comfortable talking about. Right. But we all have something in
if-
common.
What if people are opposing for this? That okay, I don't want to wear pants. What if, let's take my
So
example.
you are free to not wear that. You are free to, as Manal said, it's
So, yeah,
not a
exactly.
mandate.
exactly
As I
exactly
said in my-
that's what Manan said. It needs
As
to be
I also
mandated, not
said in my
enforced.
speech, that it should be on the basis of a student's mentality, what they
The
want.
difference between our thoughts is that we are talking about that it should be included. The thing is whether you wear it or not, that's your choice.
Yeah, that's
And what you are
Yes,
saying is
exactly.
that we should not even work upon it. Like why, if boys are not ready to wear skirts, then why girls are ready to wear pants? That's what
Exactly.
you're
I
focusing
think
on.
we can all agree upon the fact that gender neutral or all the other genders should be inclusive, like should be included.
I think we should also include Ananya's points also. Ananya, do you have something to say? Do you want to defend your points?
I do agree with Manal when she said that gender neutral uniform should be an option for students, because not every student will be comfortable wearing uniforms that they're forced to wear actually. A lot of, and even boys, it's a society where we really don't care about feminism or feminine or masculine personalities or appearance of a person. Even boys wear skirts nowadays, but that doesn't mean it has to be forced on someone to wear a skirt.
Ananya, I have never seen a boy wear skirt, like apart from comedy shows, being honest. But
That's
it's fine.
I think we can all agree upon the fact that we go to school to actually study and participate in competitions. So anything, any dress code that actually confines with what we are actually trying to do in that particular organization. Let's take that as a basis and let's start to build upon that fact that now, okay, now we have a baseline, we have to study, and we can build upon that.
Yes, I
Are you guys trying to
completely
understand what I'm
agree
trying to say?
with you.
Right,
Yes, I
exactly.
completely agree with you. And like Jess said, fashion is gender fluid. And if you are
Exactly.
saying, yeah, exactly. And if you are saying that girls do not feel or look feminine in pants, are you trying to enforce the fact that pants are only reserved for men? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Actually, we should focus on, as Abhijit said, why not take uniform as a tool to empower everyone? A point which was common in a lot of speeches were that it would improve the women participation, not just women, it would improve the participation of everyone in sports and in other activities. So is uniform a way, a tool to empower people? If yes, then why not build upon that?
Yes, if the uniform is adding to the comfort of the student, then that is automatically empowering them.
Is it just about
I
comfort?
exactly.
Or
I completely agree with Manal's and Jay's points. Um,
Kanak, what are your thoughts on uniforms empowering people?
So what I think is,
That's great.
uniform should be completely
And you
comfortable.
all
Yeah.
actually agreed with my point, so I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, I guess you guys are like really right, Uniform should be super comfortable because being a girl, I really hate skirts, I can bet nobody here would agree.
well, exactly. I think that really adds on to Kanak's point. We are in a meeting of around, let's say, 8 people, and there are already 2 people who do not like. There's already one person who does not like wearing skirts. So I think, how can you define like the whole gender
So
that
that is the
this
thing,
girl
right?
would all girls should like wearing skirts, and
I need to
it
repeat
should
it again.
enforce their feminine side
Yes,
and
exactly.
stuff.
Femininity cannot be
Exactly.
expressed only through clothes. I mean, you cannot look at a person and judge whether they're feminine or more inclined to the masculine side.
Or maybe the t-shirt or the shirt should be designed to go well for a pant. Because Manal, I've seen your photos. You look extremely elegant when you wear pants plus crop tops. But that is not the school's agenda, right?
No,
You
but
cannot-
I asked you a question. I asked you that you think pants do not bring out the feminine side of women. Now, do you think pants are only reserved for men because they make you look masculine?
No, that's not the thing. But only the only question is that are they ready to wear skirts? Because that is a very feminine thing. And
Well,
somewhere
again,
you guys
that is
agree.
a choice. You cannot enforce it or mandate it for someone. If
Exactly. You cannot enforce or mandate it to let a girl wear pants.
well, yeah, you
you're
cannot
right.
mandate it, but there has to be this gender neutral option for those who are in favor of it. Because I think 90% of people would be in favor of it. Because that is the way forward.
But there are many topics that we need to talk about for gender equality. Why school uniform? Why is it? Why are we
Because
bothering?
school uniform is the basic step. You go to school ever since you're 3 years old. And that is how you perceive everything. It instills this idea of binary differences since a young age. So why don't we eradicate it from the first step?
The reason we
Why
should
don't they
focus on
teach-
school uniform rather than
Exactly,
work uniform or anything else is that let's take it as an experiment. If it works in school, it can definitely and it will be definitely implemented in workplace as well because corporates do not have a problem with the dressing culture.
Exactly.
The motive is efficiency over there.
Amazing.
So if it's successful in the school or the young life of a person, why can't it be implemented in future? And in fact, you won't need a mandate for that. You do it yourself.
Exactly.
Ma'am, what are your thoughts on this?
in grade third or being 3? You you're born like that actually. So The almighty one.
I think
Like,
this point would really take us to a whole new tangent, and we'll just forget our whole agenda that was talking about gender neutral school uniforms.
in school, we should teach the whole classroom that everyone has equal rights and everybody is equally good for all the sports or everything. It's just a social stigma that we still do have. Or, right? When I said
No, Kanak, that is not what we are actually discussing here. We are
exactly,
talking about
it's going off point.
exactly right.
That is
So
the
you
thing.
do agree with me? Gender neutral uniforms, right?
No, I was talking about Manal's point actually.
Yes, all right.
Said
Wait,
like-
you're talking about equality, right? Now, don't you think equality means uniformity? The same things for everyone.
Exactly, that's the definition
Now,
of being
how
uniform.
you are contradicting your own statement with that.
Yeah, but I don't think so that Almighty has made this difference. I mean, Almighty has made this difference. So, okay.
Let's
Well-
not drag Almighty in this.
Yeah, we are talking about something.
we should because
I'll be really agnostic here, but let's talk on factual basis and facts and numbers. I think that's how we can come to a final conclusion.
All
And
right,
Okay,
I
so
like
guys.
before coming to the
add some
final,
points because you're not saying anything. So, would you like to?
Not really. I don't have anything to say right now.
okay, so before jumping to the final conclusion, we should remember that government has taken steps about it. Although the steps have been stopped due to some reasons, but government NCRT had tried not instilling, but they tried introducing that gender neutrality. As I said about the survey they conducted, it was an attempt in gender neutrality only. But yes, in today's world, in the current circumstances, it's not completely practical to introduce gender neutrality. Right? People are more comfortable with like girls are comfortable with their
Feelings that
clothes. Yeah, everyone are comfortable with their clothes. But yes, gender neutrality is important for those who want it, not for everyone. Those who want it, they should have it, and that should be the topic we should conclude on.
Yeah, so it should be a choice.
Exactly, I think that's an amazing point to end on.
yes.
That everybody should have the freedom to choose to wear what they want, and everybody should be included. I think everybody should share one single reality where everybody is equal and there are no biases.
Yes, the gender neutrality should not hamper the collective sense of identity, because having a gender neutrality and a common uniform for everyone at the cost of the collective sense of identity and discipline and a lot of things, the purposes and benefits of uniform, it should not be done at that cost.
Right. Okay.
So guys, let's jump to the conclusion.
So, guys, do we have anybody who hasn't spoke in a while, guys? All right. So, I guess school uniforms are meant to, equalize students, as you all were discussing. So, one should not, enforce gendered dress codes. And thank you so much for, this group discussion. I hope everyone's is done, if there's
Yeah.
anybody
Thank you
who'd
so
like
much.
to speak. Yeah.
Thank you for conducting this actually.
Thank you so much, guys. You were like super amazing. Everyone, literally everyone. Thank you so much. And for all the, viewers watching us out, guys, do vote for your favorite participant in the live chat. That will, make them win. Thank you so much, everyone, again. And for all the viewers, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more stuff like this. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. So, the winner will be announced on our Instagram channel in tab at the rate in tab infotech on Instagram at 5 p.m. on 5th of August. I'll just share the details with you. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this opportunity.